Hello again, welcome back. Today's video is to prepare for County 4-H contest if you want to enter a science fair project. So I'm going to talk about two important documents that you should have on you for this particular project. Before you start, maybe you're doing the science fair project as something for school, and so 4-H has a science fair guide that you can do your whole science experiment in this notebook. And there are about 7 different parts in the book, and you can use those to work your way through how to make your science fair poster. To start with the science fair, this one will take a little bit of time to prepare, so you can't just make a poster. I would allow at least 7 to 10 days to put together a science fair project, because you are performing an experiment. So let's say you want to gauge how fast mold grows on bread, which gummy bear dissolves the fastest in water. Those are all experiments that take time. So you can record all of your data on whatever topic you choose in this project book to turn in. So for contest day, you'll be entering your poster, but then at the end of the 4-H year in September, you can also turn in your project book. So that is item number 1. The second thing you want to know about is the Science Fair Project Contest Guide for Contest Day. This is going to be the score sheet that you're going to be graded on. This can be found at our Google website, and it can also be found at ext.vt.edu. These are all the pieces a judge is going to look at your poster and judge you on delivering your science fair presentation. So all these points add up to 100 possible points, so make sure you look over these and make sure you have all of these components as part of your presentation. So let's get into making your poster. So the first thing you want to do is just gauge the size of your poster and all of the data you have to present. And what you want to start with is an overall theme of color and the size of your font. The first thing you want to start with is a nice, really catchy title. And as you can see, I have a yellow board and I have my title printed on white paper in a dark font with a dark background, so it kind of pops out. So you want to be conscious of your color choices and the size of your font. So start with your title. The next thing you want to do is have an introduction. That'll be about a paragraph of your overall scientific experiment and what you hope to accomplish. We're going to put that on the left side of your poster. And as we go through, you want to align your poster from left to right, like you read a book. All right, so under your introduction, you also want to put your hypothesis. This is your guess. It doesn't have to be right or wrong, because we know in a scientific experiment, a hypothesis is a guess. So you're going to put that in here on your second page. Next, we are going to display our methods. So once you've explained your topic, we're now going to talk about our methods and our procedures. Those are the ways you are going to conduct your experiment or how you did them yourself. Then we're going to talk about the materials you used. They'll go here in the body of the email as well, in the poster as well. So after we kind of talked about the beginning part of the project, we haven't even gotten into the experiment yet, okay? Now we're going to display our data. That's going to go in the body of your poster. You want this to be the biggest part. And here you want to use things like graphs. So here we have a pie chart. You'll use a pie chart if you've done an experiment to show pieces of a whole, like percentages. So that's how you would use a pie chart. And make sure your charts that you use have a title and a key so your judges can know exactly what you're trying to explain. If you did an experiment that took time, you're going to want to use a line graph. So that's going to explain how things changed in your experiment over time. Also, if you have another type experiment, you can use a bar graph. So for your particular experiment, you might not use all 3 of these, you might use one of them. And something you'll see that you don't see on my poster, but you should include on yours, are pictures, which is your evidence of your experiment. So you want to add pictures in here as well. So coming over to our last side of our poster, this is where we're going to put all of our things that have happened into a summary, okay? Let's say you have a catchy picture of you conducting that experiment. You can put that at the top. Then we're going to have a conclusion. You're going to say here if you met your hypothesis, if you found out what you really wanted to find out. This brings your whole project together. You just talk about the results, how things are going, and what you found out from your activity. That's going to go here. And finally, we know you might not be the expert on everything and you might have had to look up a few things. So then we're going to cite our sources. So these are any websites you went to look for data, an expert you might have asked like a professor or a teacher, or if you got your pictures from a website or a book. You want to make sure you cite those sources because they weren't your own information. And you're going to put that down here. Okay? So, in the grand scheme of things, this is what your poster should look like, and these are the different parts that you should have on it. If you have any questions about 4-H Science Fair Contest, please give us a call or email me, Carrie, at karis@vt.edu. Thanks so much, and we hope to see you at County Contest.